Throughout each and every NBA season, there is always a certain story that sticks with that season. So far, the story has been Jimmy Butler. I haven't talked about basketball much this year on my YouTube channel, but I feel like now's the time to talk about the biggest trade in NBA history. Luka Doncic going to the Lakers in exchange for Anthony Davis. It is a trade so unprecedented, unlike anything we've ever seen before in the entire history of the NBA for sure.
No! No! No!
I can't remember a time that many people were this flabbergasted over a trade, probably when Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and James Harden went to the Nets. Some people were saying maybe the worst trade in NBA history for the Dallas Mavs. This is the type of S I do on 2K when I'm bored. What the F is this? This makes no sense for both teams. There has to be something deeper going on here, which I'd have to agree with myself. In all honesty, this is a bad trade for us. It's the end of an era that brought us a championship. I'm a diehard Laker fan, and this is a move that we did not need. Why would we trade Anthony Davis when that's how we won a championship, not only with Davis, but with JaVale McGee as one of our bigs, with Dwight Howard as one of our bigs. Now we literally have no rim protector. You're asking a 40-year-old to be our five? That's absolutely insane work, but hey, I'll elaborate more on that later. I feel like this was in retribution to this comment that Anthony Davis made.
What more can be done with this roster? Are you satisfied with the roster? Do you feel like you guys need some more here?
I think we need another big. I feel like I've always been at my best when I've been the four. And having a big out there, we know it worked when we won the championship with JaVale and Dwight. I'm at the five and I'm at the four.
And if you wonder how LeBron felt about all this, he was absolutely hornswoggled by this news like everybody else, as David McMenamin reported. LeBron James learned of the Davis-Doncic trade after the Knicks game when it broke while he was out to dinner with his family. Sources close to James told ESPN James was surprised by the news, is processing it, and had no idea it was even in the works. Meanwhile, Zac Efron, aka Rob Pelinka, said after the Lakers and Mavericks agreed to the deal late Saturday night, Rob Pelinka made 3 quick phone calls in succession. A joint call with Anthony Davis and JJ Redick, a call to Davis's agent Rich Paul, and a call to LeBron James. And if you ask any Dallas Mavericks fan how they're doing right now, they'll reply with absolute sadness. Some people were saying, bro said it feels like JFK just got shot. Dirk Nowitzki ain't passed the torch for this shit. But hey, now you got a great pairing in Kyrie and Davis. But ask the GM for the Mavericks that said, I believe that defense wins championships. I believe that getting an all-defensive center and an all-NBA player with a defensive mindset gives us a better chance. We're built to win now and in the future.
Oh my God! Drug test him now!
Test him for CTE. We got a black Jerry Jones on our hands now. Luka is going to commit unspeakable acts to the Mavs on February 25th, man. And if you're a betting man or woman, championship odds became better for the Lakers and worse for the Mavs after this historic trade.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So let's talk about it. The Mavs GM says basically they have a better chance of winning right now than they did with Luka. And on paper, sure, they have basically the same finals team that they have now, minus Klay Thompson and minus Anthony Davis, Christie, and of course the draft picks that they're going to get in the future. But on paper, yeah, they're a great team. And Anthony Davis, as much of a roller coaster as he is, he has a chance to truly win you some games. He can get you 25, 35, 45 on any given night, but then give you 10, 12 on the next night. That's how inconsistent he is, but hey, he's still a dominant player, unlike anything we've ever seen before. Then you add Kyrie Irving to the mix, who's one of the best guards in the league. You add Klay Thompson, who's shooting 40% from the field. Then you have other big men like Gafford and Lively. And then you have other shooters like PJ Washington. The Mavs are a pretty loaded team if you think about it. Will they go back to the finals? I kind of think so. It wouldn't surprise me because they're that good. But we'll see. The Mavericks didn't want to give Luka the deal that they wanted to give him because they felt he was super unreliable when it came to his weight, when it came to his conditioning. And if you look at the Lakers, it was kind of like, okay, we're kind of over the LeBron James, Anthony Davis experiment, because if you look at the seasons they had, okay, they won their championship in the bubble, which many people believe was marred because it was a Mickey Mouse title. It was a bubble title. So you had that incredible, amazing season that got them a championship. Then you have a first round exit to the Suns. champions in 2021, then you miss the playoffs in 2022, then you go all the way to the Western Conference Finals and get swept by the then champion Denver Nuggets, which was okay, nothing to hang your head about, but still, obviously not the outcome that we all wanted. And then you get bounced in the first round by the reigning defending NBA champions Nuggets. I feel like the front office was just over the situation, and I myself was becoming pretty exhausted with this entire notion of the Lakers and Anthony Davis and LeBron James. But then this season, I thought things were kind of really starting to turn around, with the exception of obviously Austin Reeves. But then you add Max Christie. I felt like he was really coming into his own right now. Then you send him to the Mavericks, which, like I just mentioned, is only going to make them better. So I feel like we gave away a team that basically we didn't need to get rid of. I felt like we were already rolling with that team. We're still going to make the playoffs no matter what. But like many people are saying, we're riding with the notion that this is Luka's team. He's easily going to be our franchise player post LeBron. He's easily going to be our franchise player for the next 10 years. He doesn't take that much care of his body like LeBron does, but I'd say he will be with us for at least 10 years. And who's to say he can't bring us 2 or 3 more championships in that time frame? So I get the move. I get why we made such a prominent move. But at the end of the day, I feel like the Lakers aren't going to win anything this year, especially with that. I don't know if Luka will mesh with LeBron when it comes to chemistry on the court. But the beautiful thing about this sport is we're going to find out. I just think we need to call back Dwight in order for us to even have a remote chance to compete for a championship. But the next big game, obviously Mavericks-Lakers, February 25th. It's on.